Hey everybody, it's Mike coming to you from Vaught RV. Right behind me I have a 2023 White Hawk rear kitchen model. We haven't seen a lot of rear kitchen models. This is a couples camper, lots of neat features. Before I get started, I'd like to point out 3 of my favorite changes in 2023 on this model. So let's get started. Number 1, we have a smart TV on an electric televator. Number 2, we have a power tower right here with USB-C, and there's also wireless charging for your cell phone. And number 3, we have roller shades, but in 2023 there's this neat reflective coating to help keep it cool. How cool? Okay, let's have a walk around on the outside of this 27 RK before we go on the inside. I'll do my best to point out some changes in 2023. You're going to see a lot of consistencies held over from 2022. On the outside, it looks largely the same. A lot of the popular features that were great before are still great and still present here. So we have LED lights in the front. We have this molded fiberglass front cap. And this is a signature part of all the White Hawks. It's this automotive glass insert, which is usually the headboard of your bed. Not always, but usually. So on this model, we've got a kitchen in the back. Now this is a couples camper, right? So no bunk beds. This is really a classic couples camper. We're a little over 7,000 pounds dry weight, about 32 feet long. So not a tiny unit, but it's not huge, half-ton towable for sure, and a great floor plan for couples. Now we have obviously fiberglass exterior. These are vacuum bonded sidewalls on this unit. Really a lot of spacious storage underneath here in this front pass-through storage compartment. Now you can see that this unit comes with a J-port shelf on which you can put your griddle. Now, griddle's in the box, this goes into the J-port, and there's a platform there to hold your griddle in the back. So that's really a neat feature. Really clean storage area. As always with the White Hawks, you get an outside table, and it's somewhere. On this one, it lives right up here on this little bracket. So we can pull this exterior table out, have it anywhere on the patio. What's cool about it is you've always got stuff in here. This is a great handy place to store all your stuff. That is all the way on the top, so you don't have to put the table down, get a bunch of stuff out just to get your table out. It lives right up there on top. I really like how handy that is to get out on all the White Hawks. Now we have 230 propane bottles up here that are connected together. One switches over to the other when it gets empty. We have an electric tongue jack with a light here. And then right behind here is the battery tray. You can put 2 Group 27 batteries up here. Now I might add that this unit is now inverter prepped. So if you want to add an inverter to it and then go crazy with solar, you can do that. There are different solar packages you can get. Very soon you'll be able to get what's called an Overlander 4 solar package. 4 solar panels up on top, 2 lithium batteries, charge controller, so you can really go crazy and really extend your time off grid. Nice pass-through storage up here, so you've got a lot of room for all your goodies up here. Have potable water fill here and your black tank flush valve above that. Detachable 50 amp power cord here, and then right below here is your city water connection. Gray and black holding tank valves are right under here. Gray is gray, which is your sink water and your shower water. Black water is your toilet water, and they terminate into this connection right here. Coming around to the back, you'll notice that we have frameless windows everywhere on this instead of traditional framed windows like this pre-owned unit has. This is a traditional framed window. These are frameless windows. This tinted glass covers up that gasket underneath it, so these tend to streak a little bit less. It also protects that gasket. These all tilt out, so it can't rain inside. It's a nice feature of frameless windows. We have an outdoor shower. It's hot and cold right here, so that's handy right here in the back corner of the unit. Wash off those sandy feet at the beach and so on. Now, if you have cable at your campground, and many of them do offer that, plug it in here and now you'll have cable on the inside as well as on the patio side of the unit. Full-size Goodyear spare on every Jayco. In fact, every Jayco has Goodyear tires with a 6-year warranty. Speaking of warranty, the roof membrane's warranted for 20 years. There's the 2+3, the famous 2+3 warranty that all Jaycos have. So 2 years covering all the gadgetry and the motors and so on, 3 years structural. That's twice the warranty of most manufacturers. It's a really, really good warranty. We got our 6-gallon direct spark ignition water heater here. Now moving around to this side, we have a little, I hesitate to call it an outdoor kitchen assembly, but it essentially is, because we have a drink refrigerator here. I have a utensil drawer here, bottle opener there. That makes it an outdoor kitchen alone right there, right, Brian? USB charging and household current. So I can put a hot plate up here, a coffee maker, a blender, and that kind of thing. Now, that griddle that's living in the front compartment will go right in this J-port. So that arm goes in here in your griddle platform. So you can be cooking out here under the awning too. I like that. I always like when they keep the kitchen assembly under the awning. So we have a nice at least 18 foot long awning here with an LED light strip under it. This is your range hood vent right here. So your cooking and the heat and so on can get, the smells can get out of the coach. It's got 2 little tabs here which you can lock during travel, or if it's winter time you want to keep cold air out of the coach. This is your furnace vent, cable and TV satellite connection. So again, if we have cable at the campground, now I've got it on this side, the patio side. And I can put a TV out here and plug it in right here. So I got a TV on the outside and power for that television right there as well. These steps, standard, so on a White Hawk we have a wider door and wider entry steps than you would with a J-Flight or even a J-Feather. These are fantastic steps, easy to deploy. They're MORryde step above steps. Each one of these legs is easily adjustable. In for travel, deploy the steps like so, and adjust those legs up and down as necessary. There's a light right here which you can't see, but it's a blue light that casts enough blue light under there for safety when you're entering and exiting the coach after dark. So let's go inside and have a look. Great, now on the inside of this 27RK rear kitchen, this is a couple's coach. We have a bed up front and that's it. No bunks here. Now, if you want to have another sleeping space, this dinette does drop down and makes a little sleeping space when your cousin shows up at your doorstep. Other than that, that's it. No bunks. True couples coach. This is a slide out from here right to behind where you are on the camera angle. This slides out. Now here's the neat thing. This slide comes into about where my right foot is, so you have full access to all this area over here. Certainly have access to the bathroom and so on. One thing that you do lose most access to is the refrigerator. So when that slide comes in, you can get the refrigerator open just a little bit. You can always push that slide out if you need to. If you're at a parking lot, a Flying J or a Walmart, you need to get into the fridge and have lunch or something, you can push that slide out and pull it back in, no big deal. Now this is a unique floor plan. We don't see many rear kitchen floor plans in either fifth wheels or bumper pulls. I like this. It's got kind of a cottage feel. I like the corner sink. You can open up these windows. That just looks like a great place to put a plant or something. Here's this little charging port here. You have USB-C as well as USB and household current. And then like I pointed out, you can do wireless charging. So just lay your phone on top of that. It starts charging automatically. High-rise gooseneck matte black faucet. Double basin stainless steel sink. Hey, I like to point it out, it's not pink lemonade, that is RV antifreeze down there. You'll see that often. A little bit of accessibility under here. Now this is new in 23. They're putting shutoff valves at every termination point under the sinks. So if you need to do some sink maintenance, heaven forbid you have a leak and you don't want to replace the sink faucet, you can turn it off under there. You don't have to cut the water off to the whole coach. Smoked glass inserts inside here, and quite a bit of storage up there with those smoked glass inserts. Now, undermount sink, I think I pointed that out, but pivoting around here, we have a 12-volt refrigerator. Love 12-volt refrigerators because A, they work better, they cool quicker, and they're bigger. These are running off your batteries all the time. If you plan to do a lot of camping off-grid, meaning no hookups, then it becomes more important to think about how you're going to keep those batteries charged. That can happen from solar, it can happen from being plugged up to your truck, and it can happen from a generator. So think about that. If you plan to never take it off-grid or very, very seldom, no worries, but just something to think about. More storage on either alongside of the refrigerator. You have drawers down here and drawers under here. Quite a bit of storage in this. As always, Jayco gives you solid maple drawer fronts and cabinet doors. They always put ball bearing drawer glides with 75-pound drawer glides, which is real nice. USB charging, this is a change in 2023. These things are all over the place. USB charging there. By the beds up front, we got them here. Many more locations with USB charging. Love these roller shades, and again, with that reflective coating, it really does help keep the coach cooler. So it's a radiant barrier, so to speak, under there, which is neat. Lights are switched right here, and notice we have these neat accent lights under here, which really make a great night light. Leave those on at night, and it puts just enough light in here. You find your way around after dark when you make that midnight run for a bowl of cereal and fridge. So this table drops down, and this converts into a bed. Those are just recliners. I shouldn't say just recliners, they're great recliners. And the older we get, the more important things like TV viewing angle become, and this is a great TV viewing angle. I'm right across from that smart TV. It's an Insignia brand TV. It's very intuitive. It's easy to mirror content from your phone. So I get that remote. I can mirror and stream programming from my phone right to that TV. We have these inserts that just pop into the cup holders. So I can have dinner here, have a cocktail, some ice cream, whatever. Cup holders right here, and room to put your remote controls in here. These do recline. There's a tab here on the right. Just pull it out like so. It's quite comfortable. Now, speaking of the TV area, there is a fireplace under here. A lot of people give me an eye roll when we talk about fireplaces in RVs, but this is a fancy space heater, right? So this is actually putting out nearly 5,000 BTUs of heat. So if you're at a campground, paid your 50, 60 bucks a night, use their electricity to knock the chill off your unit instead of propane. Now this TV up here is on a electric televator, is what I like to call them. In 22, most of these were manual on White Hawks. Now they're electric. Makes it real easy to raise and lower this. So if you want to get that out of the way and then have more prep area up here, you got some friends coming over and you want to spread out some taco fixings or whatever, you have a lot of counter space available up here to do that. Now before I leave this area, I'll just point out that all Jaycos are wired for solar. All units are wired for solar. This one does not have solar on it. We can order them from the factory with solar, and we can add solar here later. So there's different solar packages you can get depending on what you want it to do. That's a conversation to have, and you kind of do it in reverse. What do you want to accomplish? Having solar sounds great, but just remember, not all solar packages are going to power your microwave or your TV, and certainly your air conditioners. Only the very, very largest solar packages can we talk about powering something like an air conditioner, and even then, that air conditioner needs to be a soft start, lower BTU type air conditioner. So we can talk about that more if that's something you're interested in. Up here we've got more, Brian's pointing over here.
We didn't talk about the stove.
We did not talk about the stove, which is very important. Let's talk about the stove. Great. It is vented, like I pointed out, the exterior vent on the outside. It's vented to the outside with this switch, and it is lighted. Now here's a change in 2023, the design of this. You'll notice it's more streamlined. This used to be about right here. Now the sight lines are better. It's more tucked up and away. There's a knife holder back here, so I don't have any knives to show you, but you can put knives or a pair of scissors or so on in there safely, and they can can live up there for when you need them. Now this folds back to become a backsplash. This lifts out for cleaning. You have backlit controls. Cute little oven with storage down below. And a couple drawers here on this side as well. There's your Insignia Amazon Fire TV remote. Now, oh, one more thing before I leave this area is this cabinet. This enclosure is your stereo. So it used to be out in the open, now it's behind this door. That's the only thing that's behind this door is your stereo, your radio. So there's two zones, inside and out. Now you can stream music from your phone to this. This BT is Bluetooth, so just pair your phone to that and you're good to go streaming music either out on the patio or inside here. More USB charging ports down there, more household current right there. This is a propane detector down there for safety and carbon monoxide. This little guy is where your fuses and your breakers live, and they're all nicely labeled in case you ever have an issue. This is the JAYCOMMAND system right here. So this is where you're going to control your thermostat. You can pair your device. These are all of your tank levels right here. Of course, they're showing all empty now. Our water pump, either on and off, the electric water heater and gas water heater, you control from here as well. And then our awning, stabilizing jacks, and slides. Now, just like the larger cousin to this, the BM Pro and the big fifth wheels, this JAYCOMMAND has an app that you can put on your phone. You can do all of these functions also from your phone. Turn the lights on and off while you're away. And then there's quick little toggle switches for lighting when you come in. You don't want to fool around with this, hit the living room lights and awning light, so on. Now, before I go into the bedroom, we'll take a peek into the bath area. This unit does have a glass shower enclosure, and it's a one-piece molded shower surround. There's no seams in the corners which might cause leaks or whatever. It's a one-piece enclosure. So one thing that I like to tell people to do, squeegee off this glass when you're done. It keeps it looking really nice and clean. 2023, they've gone to a little bit larger shower head. Everything's matte black now in 2023. It's not a huge shower, but plenty big enough for me. I'm 6 feet tall. And now it's a porcelain foot flush toilet on all White Hawks. Plenty of leg room in here, really. And there's a lot of storage here for linens, towels, that kind of thing. It does have a medicine cabinet and a backlight too, real handy. GFI protected outlet right here, so for some people who have hair and need hair dryers, I've heard that that's a popular thing. You can plug in your hair dryer right there, and you have a little storage area under the sink here as well. And behind me too. There's little robe hooks here and a little cubby here in the corner for extra TP and drop-in chemicals and that kind of thing. Okay, moving back to the bedroom. This is a thermistor. This is sampling the air temperature and sending that information back to the brains of the coach. You'll see these at different points throughout all of Jayco's RVs. Now this unit has a king bed. King bed is optional on this. Queen bed is standard. This was ordered with a king bed. The advantage of a king bed is it's a king bed. The disadvantage of the king bed is it takes up pretty much this entire room. So if you're used to a king bed at home, and many of us are, and you want a king bed when you're traveling, boom, you got it. Here's the trade-off, and there is always a trade-off when you're shopping for RVs. There is very little room on either side of the bed. There's room for me to get in here, but not a ton of room on either side of the bed. So decide what's most important to you if you want a little more room on either side of the bed. But this king bed does take up pretty much this entire room. Now, on either side of the bed, there are power outlets, there's USB, and there's also a little light switch here, which turns on that little blue night light up there. So it's a little touch light, reading light here. Just touch it in the middle and you have a reading light. If you want just a blue night light type thing, you can do that as well. So have this window shade up here that's a total blackout, and you've got that window assembly. So if you're at the beach or you have a great view, boom, roll that up. You can lay there and look up at the stars, which is one of the signature things with a White Hawk. Now there is a little bit of storage right here in the corner. I've got a closet rod up there with a removable shelf, and then 4 drawers below that. So you do have some storage here. Now here's a change in 2023. Notice how tall these little compartments are on either side of the bed. There's actually a closet rod up there, so you can hang some, slacks and shirts and so on. Used to be they were only about this high, and one of them had shelves. Now you've got more storage on either side of the bed. So if we look in under the bed here, it's got gas struts. A lot of storage under here, and you'll notice if you've been shopping around for a year or two, there's plywood down here in the bottom with little finger pulls. And why is that? Because starting in 2023, now there's a drawer down here, and there's one on the other side. So easy to put socks and things like that under there without having to lift this all up. Now if you want to get down to this space entirely, just lift this up. That reveals the water pump that's in the center. This reveals the drawer space here in the same way on the other side. So that's a difference in 2023 from 2022. Okay, so rear kitchen model, couples camper. If you're looking to go out and travel in comfort, have quite a bit of room in here to maneuver, but you're not interested in something with bunks, and you plan on rarely having those guests that need a place to sleep. Like I always tell people, it's up to you whether you disclose the fact that this dinette turns into a bed or not. That's purely up to you. But this is a classic couples camper. Appreciate you joining me. My name is Mike here at Vaught RV. If you have any questions, comments, witticisms, criticisms, drop them in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer your questions. If you have special requests on items to cover and even specific models to do videos on, we'll do our best to get to those again. Click like and subscribe, and that way you'll be the first to know that when we post a video just like this the next time. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Howdy everybody, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two from what I had to say. If you did and feel like it, then click subscribe below. And when I post a video, you'll be the first to know. See you next time.